Boys 0 to 18, here's your first dragon. Your first dragon you have to slay is the dragon of stubbornness. You were made strong. And the dark side of that strength is a kind of stiff-necked stubbornness that if you don't slay, it will stick with you your whole life and it will wreak destruction in every relationship and every season. You got to slay that dragon of stubbornness right now. Submit to your mom, submit to your dad. Listen to Proverbs chapter 21. He who is often reproved, that's speaking of 4-year-old boys. Johnny, he who is often reproved, yet stiffens his neck, will suddenly be broken beyond healing. Or the ESV says, destroyed without remedy. That's a serious word. Well, isn't there grace and isn't there mercy? Don't presume on that. There's no promise that's going to be there. It wouldn't be mercy then. You need to learn to slay the dragon of stiff-necked stubbornness now. You know all the caveats. If your dad's a fool and your mom's ungodly, you're not required to submit to them. You submit to God. But by and large, you're 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, your test will be to submit to authority in general, coaches, teachers, adults. If you're at my church, you've heard my rants. I can hardly drive past a public school, let alone be on the premises where child after child is being coached and discipled to be stubborn. Be who you can be. Who do you want to be? Identify yourself. Stake your claim. Drive your flag. Plant your whatever. Be like no submit to authority. No submit to a God who made you the way he made you. You be your own authority. And just the air of disrespect is thick. Just drives me nuts. You got to slay that dragon. You got to slay that dragon because a stubborn man, all the dads are clapping. Yeah, let's go. A stubborn man is a destructive man. A stubborn man is a destructive man. Or how about Proverbs 12:15? A stubborn fool considers his own way the right way. That's describing a 2-year-old. 2-year-olds think they know the right way, and you have to discipline them until their will breaks. And then you nurture their spirit to be strong. Oh, that's terribly oppressive parenting. No, that's love. If you allow that child's stiff-necked stubbornness at 2 to go unchecked, it will keep cropping up at 3, 4, 5, and then at 17, he'll be a terror, and it's too late. I hate the phrase terrible twos. That's not terrible twos. It's opportunity twos. This is a chance to take all the strength in that young, dangerous man that God gave you in the form of a boy and to shape and to mold it so that when he's old, his strength won't destroy him. A stubborn fool considers his own way the right one, but a person who listens to advice is wise. Young men, you want to be wise? You learn to listen to advice and counsel. Dragon number 2. You got 2 dragons. I'm giving you 2 because you can handle it, and because if you don't get these 2 taken care of, you're going to carry them into your life. The second dragon is self-indulgence. You got to kill this dragon. You have to learn what it means to be a man of self-control, and you got to start as a boy. You have to learn the blessing of delayed gratification, not just in the area of sexuality, which is important. But in all areas of life, you have to be willing to put off instant gratification for a deeper, richer gratification later. If you don't, the mark of a child is, I want it now. There is no maturation without self-control. Listen how John put it in 1 John. Do not love the world or the things in the world. I'm giving this text to you as your dragon because in this season of life, you're going to start waking up to the world. And you're going to start waking up to the opportunities in the world and the temptations of the world and the offerings of the world. And while you're still in your parents' home, The enemy is attempting to get at you any way he can, through your phone, through technology, through social media, through entertainment, through the music you listen to, and you're learning about things that you didn't learn in your home, and you're awakening to a world that's bigger than the house you grew up in, and you're learning that the world has a voice, and you're making decisions about what you'll do with that voice when you're 12 and 13 and 14. Your masculinity is waking up, and your body is changing, and all of a sudden girls are like, hey, and all the things are working now. And the voices start coming, and you've got to learn what to do with those voices. And you've got to discern which voices you're going to listen to. If you become a young man of self-indulgence, you will become a grown man of destruction. Do not love the world or things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not the Father? Is not the Father? And the world is passing away, and the lust of it. But he who does the will of God abides forever. Here's why I put this here. Because if you start down a life and a pattern of self-indulgence, so that your instincts and your just knee-jerk reaction is indulge, it will begin to carve literally physiological grooves in your brain that will require a supernatural act of healing, like a paralyzed man being made to walk again, for you to overcome it. You have to get your sexual impulses under control. You have to make resolve with what you're going to look at and not look at girls at school and on the street and on magazines and on your phone. You have to make decisions now about that. It's not a grown man's battle, it's a young man's battle. Listen to 1 Corinthians 9. But I discipline my body, and I bring it into subjection, lest when I have preached to others, I myself should become disqualified. The Apostle Paul's saying, I'm old, grown, mature. I met Jesus face to face. I'm writing the Bible, for crying out loud, and I still have to discipline my body, and so do you. I'm telling you, if you learn to do this early, you get stronger as you go. If you skip this stage, the battle will be so much greater when you're older, and the consequences of your sin. Last text, Galatians. I say then, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lusts of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary to one another, so that you do not do the things that you wish. Why did I do that? I didn't want to do that. Why don't I do this? I should want to do that. That's the battle that Paul is talking about. And here's the deal. We got to stop reading these as adults' verses. These are boys' verses. You need this verse at 8 and 9 and 10 and 12 and 14. You need this in your bones. Otherwise, you'll become a man of self-indulgence, which means you'll be worthless as a dragon slayer, and you'll become a dragon yourself. Don't stop here. Go watch the full message by hitting the video right here. And if you're looking for free resources and tools to strengthen your marriage, manhood, leading your family, and growing as a stronger man, head over to strongermannation.com. We've got resources and podcasts that dive deep into real life issues, fatherhood, marriage, and intimacy, and how to live clear-eyed in a confused culture.